Hey everybody, it's Kounelus here, coming to you with another game of, or with first game of Battle Brothers. This is a pretty fun game. I've picked up. It's probably about a month maybe that I've had it. It's a really fun game. It's a turn-based strategy game where basically you run a company of mercenaries, and run a company of mercenaries. You pick up contracts and such. It's pretty fun. Let's see, name. We'll go with Kounistans? Why not Kounistans? Yes, Baron, it's okay. Alright, we'll go with that. We'll pick out a nice little... yeah, we'll go with that one. Start it up. It's a fun game, turn-based strategy, developed and produced by Overhype Studios. It's been released for about a year now, a little bit more than a year. It's still in early access. The last battle, and this is basically just the starting mission, a little bit of a tutorial type thing. It all went wrong. 2 days ago, the company was hired to track down Hoggart the Weasel and his band of raiders, but it was them who found you first. An ambush. Some joke about horses, cut short by an arrow to the throat, arrows shooting in from everywhere and nowhere. Men holler and scream of great volume before death. As the hail subsides, you draw your weapon with the rest of the men, only to collapse to your knees. An arrow has punctured your side, you shout in pain. A harried glance sees men charge without you to make a valiant last stand, met in force as steel clashes with steel. You meet eyes of the captain, a last nod before his throat is cut. You're left in command now of what few men remain. Trembling in pain, you lean on your sword, and with all the will you can muster, slowly rise again. To the end. It's pretty much, it loads you up in your first battle, and, you know, it shows you kind of like the last stand of the couple men that it outlines. One of them, So you just killed Captain Bernhard. Now, you're basically never on the battlefield. You just play as... I can never kill him, so I'll just go for this one. You yourself are never on the battlefield. You only ever control the men in your company. And it's... Sorry, I'm running through it quite a bit because I've done this decent amount. Aww. But pretty much there's 2 bars. There's your helmet armor, your body armor, and then the health. And this guy is not going to do too well. I'm going to have to switch over to a melee weapon because he closed in with me there. And every turn you have so many action points to use. Their morale, the fatigue, which raises up depending on which skills you use. So costs 4 AP, builds up 7 fatigue. So if that ever maxes out, it'll stop you from using skills until it recuperates. And each turn it takes it down 15. But we'll see, 46%, 31. I guess we'll have to go with the 46, even though I'm probably going to miss with them. Spear weapons are probably the easiest to use. They have the high plus 20% hit chance, which is really good early on, because as you can see from other ones, you don't have that great of a chance to hit with a lot of things. Overwhelmed, pretty much if you attack with any other, if one character already attacks one of the enemies and then you attack with someone else, it gives, I think, plus 10% chance to hit because he's overwhelmed. And we'll see if he's probably gonna, yeah, he's getting real close to getting killed. Okay. Probably be able to kill him with this. No. Ooh, this is gonna be... Alright, good. See, I've never lost people on that first one, but it's probably come close a few times. And no loot. So yeah, this just shows number of kills, damage that they dealt, how much to hit points, how much to armor, how much they've been hurt to armor and hit points, and the XP they gained. It's all, you know, fairly standard stuff, but it's really... Black Hound's Camp. Black Hound's Camp. Never started right next to a camp before. You're alive, you won. The adrenaline fades, and in its wake you can't help but sink back to the ground. It looks like you won't be holding a sword again anytime soon. Gritting your teeth, you snap the arrow shaft, your chest heaves for breath, feeling the pain well up in your very lungs. Most of the company lies dead, all those men you fought with side by side in the shield wall this past year. And Hogart did justice to his name, running like the weasel that people mock him to be. What now? A voice says from behind. Oh, what now? A voice says from behind. It's Guntram, who sits down beside you, bedding his bloodied axe on his legs. You turn to him to reply, but before you can answer, he continues. The captain's dead. They slit his throat. He was a good man and a damn good leader, but all it took was one mistake. That makes you the one in charge now, don't it? Giselher, the blade, joins the two of you, still breathing heavily. Let's save the anointments for another day. Figure we give the men a good burial and return to Seedorf to collect our pay. The Weasel's men are slain, after all, even if the man himself tucked tail and ran. And we ought to see to that arrow sticking out of you before we lose another man. So be it. So, whenever you have a contract, which this counts as a contract, basically it's like a mission, it shows you where your next objective is just by the floating gold coin. You click on it and it'll move you that direction. First though, I want to pause and see this. I want to switch him back to his bow and arrow. And I'm going to alt and click to set that to be repaired, because once we recruit some guys, which we should do pretty much once we get back to the base, it'll give us some more money and tell us basically we need to go recruit 3 more men and equip them all and whatnot. So up in the top left you have your crowns, which is basically the money, your provisions, which is your food, tools, which you use to repair your items. The return to Seedorf. What a sorry display it must be for the onlookers as you arrive in Seedorf, 4 bloodied and beaten mercenaries down on their luck. The man who hired the company days ago, Kounelus, the counselor, no doubt expects you to return in more glorious fashion. Still, he welcomes you to his house again and offers bread and wine while a servant fetches a healer. Few words were exchanged, except for the occasional grunt and wheeze as an elderly man with shaky hands tends your wounds. Finally, Kounelus, the counselor, breaks the silence. So, how did you fare? A pen knifes through your skin, the first of many stitches to come. You grit your teeth till you think you could hear one break. Kounelus, the counselor, takes on a grave look and quickly hides his face behind a drink of wine. Finding breath, you give answer to his asinine question. He killed all of Hoggart's men, but he managed to elude our blades in the end. The healer waves around a glowing fire poke, suggesting he wants to push it into your wound. You nod and he does so. For a moment, that's all there is. You're not a man, but a pinch of fire, flesh from flame. As the pain subsides, you come to see that Kounelus, the counselor's mood has lightened. So all of his men are dead, then? Well, that's... I see. Good thing you removed that threat for Seedorf, but that man truly is elusive. We expect to get paid for this. Kounelus, the counselor, gasps. Well, naturally. I gave my word, didn't I? 100 crown for every man, so as I see it, that's 400 crowns for the 4 of you. He gestures towards his servant, who nods and hands him a wooden chest from which to take the pay. I wonder, may I make use of your services one more time? I'd very much like to end the headache that is Hoggart the Weasel once and for all. And I would pay you again, of course. Another 400 crowns, shall we say? Guntram scoffs and turns to drink more wine, but Giselher the blade stands to speak. Yes, the company is in ruin, but we can rebuild it. You know, Guntram, he'd drink the crowns away and end up begging up on the streets, and Sigmar the Younger wouldn't fare any better, chasing the womenfolk until one stoved his rotten head in. You need the Kounistans. It's all we have. What say you, Captain? Guntram burps and raises his cup to you. Sigmar the Younger playfully thumbs his nose and nods. You're the captain now, and your men look to you for leadership. So pretty much, if you choose to accept, you'll go on another mission right away. And if you don't, it's more or less you're saying you don't need the tutorial, things of that sort. But I'll go ahead, we'll say yes, we have unfinished business with Hoggart. Kounelus, the counselor, claps his hands in satisfaction. Very good, excellent. I'll need some time to find out where Hoggart is hiding his hide now. In the meantime, I suggest you see about stocking up on supplies so that you'll be good and ready to end this when the time comes. I shall see you in a few days' time at the latest. As you leave the comforts of Kounelus, the counselor's house, and stand on the outskirts of Seedorf again, Giselher, the blade, seeks a word with you. What it is we need is more men, Captain. I know I gave a big speech back there, but we ain't nothing more without more warm bodies in the ranks. We should hire at least 3 more sword hands, buy them some decent weapons, and dress them in the best armor we can afford. The man pauses to glance around. I bet this Bodunk town's got a desperate peasant or 2 looking for a new life, or we could travel to Matterberg in the northwest. Them city folk aren't always as hardy as these country bumpkins, but we're more likely to find men with fighting experience stopping to rest there, and they'll sell better weapons too. That's what we shall do. So we'll go here, see what all there is to buy, or see who all's there to hire. So every character that you can hire, they start with a basically like a backstory, back history thing. Background, yeah. Gives them different stats and stuff, possibly. So like background beggar, you'd start with lower bravery, hit points, and lower max fatigue. Really, beggars aren't that good. Caravan hands, they're pretty good. A little bit more expensive to hire, but generally they're probably what I'm going to aim for because they come with some decent armor already. Like this guy, he's got 65 armor, which is better than pretty much all of the armor we have otherwise. We'll give him the mace, I guess. We'll see. There's only fishermen there. So fishermen, they usually start with either a net or a knife or something of that sort. Probably don't want any of that. 35 isn't the best. I do want a shield. So I'll buy the shield. I'll buy... Why is that any different? I'll buy that, just 'cause it's cheaper. And we'll... it's worth 260. They're selling for 260. Yeah, we'll buy 3 of those. Hopefully, when we travel on up to Matterberg, it will sell for more than that. If not, we potentially are going to mess up our money situation here pretty early. So we'll see. See how that goes. 1 second here. As the silhouette of Matterberg appears on the horizon, Sigmar the Younger seeks a word with you. Never been to Matterberg before myself, but I've seen it around. These big cities are expensive, much more so than Seedorf and other villages like it. But the merchants have everything we need. Weapons, armor, food. If there's a smithy in Matterberg, it's worth a visit too. It'll be expensive for sure, but they'll sell real weapons made for war, not just farming tools. You can also browse the wares in the marketplace, of course. There's a few bargains to be made, but they'll also try to sell stuff that'll break apart if you so much as sneeze on it. Don't get swindled by them cutthroat merchants, Captain. Guntram sees fit to add his own opinion of what we should do. If there's a good tavern, I say that's where we head first. Pay around from the company's coffers to get all of us drunk for the night and raise our spirits. Gods know we earned it. Sigmar the Younger shakes his head. You say that every time we stop into town. Even when we ain't even done anything. Keep it in mind. Basically, they're just telling you some of the stuff you can do there. Pretty much I'll probably be coming here. I'll look to... Well, yeah, first I'm going to look and hopefully... Yeah, bought it for 260, can sell it for 283. It's not much more, but it is some. And then we'll go to recruit men. Wolfram Eagle Eye, Hunter, Militia, Servant, Houndmaster. War Dogs will start at Confident Morale, and a Witch Hunter. So this is really not really very good pickings. Start at Confident, so I guess we'll hire Hugo, I guess. Man, I might have to go back and hire the fishermen. Because these guys, I mean, they're too expensive. The servant, I don't really want a servant. Witch Hunter. Witch Hunter would be interesting, but... Oh, kennels, sweet. So, pay 210, or I could pay 100 something and get one just as good. Alright, we'll buy the thick tunic. We'll buy... Yeah, I'll buy the hood again. We'll pick up... how much are we using? 2 for 9 hours. We'll pick up this. I'll probably have to pick up both. Who am I kidding? Pick up both of them. We'll go to the kennel. We'll pick up 1 war dog or 2. Who do we want? Duke the War Dog, Bane, Blaze, Grond, Thorn, Brant. Huh. I wonder if there's any difference between the two looks for him. Let's go with Bane the War Dog. Alright. Unfortunately, it's not the best, 55. It's not the best, not the best, weapons and everything that we have here. Now, do I put it there? No? Oh, I put it there. Okay. Unleash War Dog. Unleash War Dog, it's an charging into the enemy, needs a free tile adjacent. Costs 3, use up and builds up 15 fatigue. Interesting. It's the first time I've actually used the War Dogs. I've never bought them before, but I figure with the guy called the Houndmaster, I probably should try to get a War Dog. Now, like I said, I don't really like to hire the fishermen, so we'll head to Lutendock and see if we can buy a few more men. Yeah, it's telling me I need to recruit 3 more men before it'll signal that we need to head back to Seedorf here. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Usually the first fight, at least if you go along with the missions, first fight is not incredibly difficult, at least not on challenging. I've heard if you go to the hardest difficulty, sometimes you'll lose most of your men, but usually I'll probably lose maybe 1 guy. 1, maybe 2, depending how the dice roll, basically. And see, now it's nighttime, so I'm not going to be able to either interact with the market or hire anybody, so I'll have to camp until dawn at least. Yep, camped, dawn, and here. So, day tailors are pretty good. Alright, well, we can go for a killer on the run. Wilhelm has a face that no one desires. No one fit for a wanted poster. His eyes are dark and shifting. There's a crime behind them, but also a sense of humanity as if he knows he has done wrong and is looking to make amends. Mercenary bands are just the thing for a man like him. Higher chance to hit head. Yeah, we'll try that. We'll hire one of him. We'll hire Sigurd as well. So, let's see. What is... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. So, each character also has traits that they start with. Background companion, to the best of my knowledge, only starts with the original 3 that you start with, and each of them, generally, they get the skills that are most suited to the weapons they start with. But they also start with some other random skills, traits, whatever you want to call them. Like this guy's fearless, gives him +10 resolve. This guy's dexterous, which means he's more likely to hit. This guy's loyal, and a death wish. Not dead yet, this character doesn't care about receiving injuries and will fight on regardless. No morale check triggered upon losing hit points. Well, that's nice. This guy doesn't have any traits. This one has short-sighted, which means I'm never going to want to make him an archer. And he's quick, which gives him +10 initiative. Plus he has the higher max fatigue for being a caravan hand. This guy has nothing. This guy has nothing. This guy has Craven, so that is horrible. Run for your lives. This character is a Craven and will run at the slightest sign of the odds turning against him. So I don't really want to equip him with anything. I'll keep him on more or less as a body, but that means I'm going to have to hire this guy. Because pretty much I want higher chance to hit the head. We'll give... Ooh, or the dagger. Leave him with the dagger. That's 54. No, we'll give him that. We'll give him that. We'll throw this onto him. Go down here. We'll give this guy, I guess, the dagger. No. We'll give this guy the dagger. Give him the dagger. We'll see if there's anything to buy here. See if maybe we can buy some more spears, because again, like I said, ooh, shield. Yep. Like I said, the shield and the spears are generally the best. For starting characters, it's more likely that they will... we'll buy 2 of those. It's more likely that they'll successfully hit if they have a spear, just because that plus 20% on the attack that they can have. So, yeah, like I said, like here, it gives a plus 20% chance to hit, which is pretty nice. It's generally very likely to, now, who do I want? I'll probably give it... Who do I want to keep alive more? Do I want to keep the Houndmaster alive? Or do I want to keep the guy with the chance to hit the head? I think I want to keep him alive more. So we'll give that to him. All of that's 30, 30. We'll give him that. We'll give him that. And leave him with that. Now, I'm probably going to want to try... Ideally, you want to give everyone a shield as well, just because the shields will increase their... will increase their defensive abilities, as well as make them pretty much more likely to, block shots or take up some more damage. And since we recruited over 3 people now, objective's no longer at Magdeburg, it's done. Let's go back to Seedorf. We're going to stop here, though, and see about trying to buy some more full-size shields rather than the bucklers, because the bucklers don't offer as much. Like the bucklers, they give 10 and 5, whereas this gives 15 and 15. So yeah, we need what, 2 more? 2 more, maybe 3 more? So we'll buy that, and that. Why not? We'll buy 3 more. Okay, so we'll give him the busted one, which will repair over time. We'll give him that one, and we'll give him that one. Then we have a spare throwing net, which does it take up? Lowers maximum fatigue by 2. We'll give that to him then. Make it like that. Sure. That's good. Good enough for me, at least. We'll head to Seedorf. Hopefully we'll be able to get through one round of combat here. It's probably going to be a longer episode. It's going to be a longer episode, because I'd like to try to get through at least the first mission on it. So hopefully this will wrap up relatively quickly, but I don't know, the first battle's probably going to take... It'll probably take several minutes at least. And we'll see where it goes from there. Unfinished business. Oh, and it's all the way up there. Kounelus the counselor waits impatiently, pacing back and forth as you put down your bags and muddy boots. Finally, you're here. I have good news. We got hold of one of Hoggart's foremen. The healer who damn near killed you with the fire poke is standing nearby. He's picking chunks of dried blood out of his fingernails. Kounelus the counselor laughs. We had a nice talk with the man, and now I know where Hoggart's licking his wounds. I'm eager to rid myself of him once and for all. You give him a waiting look and then ask, well, where is he? Kounelus the counselor straightens up as though the excitement had lost him a fair bit of composure. Oh, right. He's hiding out in some small hut on the hills in the northwest of here. I'll mark it on your map. Apparently he managed to gather more men in the short time since your battle. I suspect he knows the Kounistans is on his heels like a bunch of bloodhounds. Good luck. We'll return with his head. Yeah, here there's nothing much for me to do. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna can't afford to hire any more men. As it is, I only have enough money for one more day. That is not very much. I believe it ticks over at afternoon, pretty much right at noon. Now, if we get there before dusk, that'll be good. But if not, then sweet, made it before dusk. Because at nighttime, all of your ranged guys lose a lot of accuracy. So what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna wait. He's gonna shoot. Hopefully he misses. Sweet. And we're gonna wait. We're gonna let all of them make the first move. It's a little bit cheap, but it's how it'll work. Let them make the first move, and they'll all move in closer, and then we can move and attack them. Because if we moved first, then they would most likely be able to hit us. So we let them make the first move. Get in nice and close. And then we'll decide what we want to do with it. Hold on. Alright, so do we want one really good chance of hitting them or two semi-good? I think we'll take the two semi-good chances. Ah. Well, I mean, you know, it is to be expected, I suppose. Alright, now... Okay, so yeah, we'll move in. We'll try to see if we can kill this guy. Yep, you'll have to end your turn there. And you... I mean, honestly, we'll probably have you just wait. End your turn there. Same thing, we'll probably have you end your turn there. You're gonna move up. And you're gonna try to kill this guy. Sweet. Good stuff. You... move you forward one step. Because if we move again, we're not going to have enough action points to attack. So we'll move you up one step. Move you up one step. We'll put you on a spear wall, which pretty much means whenever they try to move within one tile of him, he'll attack them. So we'll do that. End his turn. And maybe we'll do the same thing there. Move him up over here. Put him on a spear wall. And we'll have him end his turn. So now he's going to move. Oh. Okay. Now it's this guy. So we're going to move him in close to him. Unfortunately, that used up all of our action points. Now, 21% chance to hit with them, or that, or we'll wait, because once it gets around to the guy with the big axe, yeah, you son of a gun. Once it gets around to this guy, he can use a split shield, which will knock his shield completely out. It uses up pretty much all of his turns, but it's pretty good, I'd say. Yeah. Hit him again. Yep. Now this guy, if he moves forward one, we won't be able to hit him anymore, but we'll try it for the really low % chance there. This guy, club him in the head, sweet. Won't be able to do anything when he moves forward, but it'll hopefully separate up the aggro a little bit. Move him forward, have him stab Hoggart the Weasel. Good stuff. You can move here. Again, I mean, you're not going to be able to... You can shield bash him. I guess that just moves him closer to this guy. 46% chance. I'm going to try it. Alright. Oh, and you hit the shield. Good stuff. Alright. You... Pretty much, I mean, you're just going to have to try to wail on him. Yeah! Which means he's probably going to get killed here. This isn't going to end well. Wait. Club him and stun him? No. Damn. Alright. Can you move up over here? Okay. We'll try to stab him through his shield, but it's not going to work too well. Again, the spear pretty much being the only thing that's going to help me. Ooh, goodness, goodness. So move here. Yep. Unleash the dog? Sure. Nice. Okay. I like it. Good war dog. You've done well. I didn't know the dog would act on its own, but apparently it does. Thrust, thrust. Oh! You killed the dog. You son of a gun. You son of a gun. Sarah, go on, kitten. Go. Yeah, I know. Interesting. Okay. Then melee range of him. Probably club this guy down now. Thought we could club that guy down now. Apparently not. Oh, come on. These are some bad kills here. Not what I was hoping to happen, pretty much. Okay. Well, it's what, 28% chance, or we'll hit this guy in the back. We'll try it. Good stuff. Move him up here. And probably... Really? Sweet. Yeah. One guy died. Wilhelm, and we lost the dog. But in exchange, you know, you get some things here, some very good, some loot, things of that sort. That's where we're probably going to wrap this episode on up. It's been a bit of a longer episode, but I don't know. If you enjoyed it and you liked watching it, make sure to comment or hit the like button, something along those lines. And other than that, I'll see you guys next time.